What's going on? So today I got word that Quincy Jones lost his $6.1 million uh, court suit to the Michael Jackson estate, and my reaction was like, "Yes." I'm gonna say this real quick. Quincy Jones is an important producer and arranger, musical figure, and I have like recordings and productions of things that he's done, and I bought records and so on back in the day in respect. However, I can't stand his vile senile behind. He been trying to pimp off of Michael Joseph Jackson. Michael's been gone since 2009. This is 2020. This turkey has been like riding off of Michael for almost 11 years since MJ passed. It's like, get a life. He has badmouthed Michael. He's talked trash about him. He sits up there like he's some scorned schoolgirl or something. It's pathetic, you know. It's funny how him and Oprah and Phil King, Oprah Winfrey and Phil King are all buddy buddy. And Oprah Winfrey tried to go after Michael. Quincy has too. And funny how all the same little Our Gang crew then stayed in the same clique. Quincy trying to go after Michael for This Is It. I say, yeah, you if there are residuals to what you are accustomed to as far as your credits, get your credits, what you're supposed to get. But he's up here trying to make trying to get a bag out of it. And then they said no. They said, no, you don't. I'm thinking, why is he so gung ho on an artist he didn't really come to find out didn't really respect? Because he'll sit there and talk about the pinky ring that Sinatra gave him, Frank Sinatra. Michael Jackson gave this turkey a rebirth of a career. Okay? He modernized Quincy Jones. Because if it wasn't for Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones's career would have been half set as an old relic. I mean, let me be realistic. His soundtrack work, his stuff he did with the Brother Johnson stuff was cool. The Roots Project was cool. Let's go down to Washington. I can go down the line. I know the stuff he's associated with and Sinatra at the Sands. I know. But nobody was sweating no Quincy Jones till he worked with Michael. Most people thought, and I'm going to tell you something too. Because Michael Jackson don't get to do he do as an artist. For him to bop with a jazz producer, people thought he was crazy and lost his natural mind. They didn't see none of it coming. So just the two worlds coming together was unheard of. Of course, later on, you saw Jeffrey Osborne working with George Duke, and George Duke did play on Off the Wall, by the way. And you saw, uh, you know, Marcus Miller, who does jazz, Luther Vandross, Nat Adderley Jr. You saw other collabs, but let's be realistic. No one saw this coming. No one. So Michael broke ground, took a risk. Because if Off the Wall had a tanked, he'd have been like another child artist who'd have been washed up before he was 20, before he had a chance to see what was up. But this thing took a life of its own. But anyway, this is what Quincy Jones parts his lips to do to Michael Jackson every chance he get in death. He's tried to go after him, try to get this money. Quincy Jones wasn't no songwriter. He wrote a little bit. He was an arranger. He was probably a better arranger than anything he's ever done. Because his production is cool. Once you done heard some of his grooves and riffs, you know what's up. But it's his arrangement, his ear for detail to put the right voices with the right instrumentalists to get the songs. That's his genius. But Quincy Jones ain't no songwriter. And he sure as heck didn't have the fuel or the fire that Michael Jackson had. Quincy Jones was so grand with bringing it. Ask yourself, how come Tevin Campbell didn't blow up more? How come Tamir didn't blow up more? He'd have a song or something. He tried the formula many times to get some broke Michaels and some broke other situations that it just wasn't coming out. He tried everything in the post-Michael career and he tried to regurgitate that formula. It didn't happen. There's only one Michael Jackson. And Quincy is so senile and so batty in the head, he act like he can't understand it. But I'm glad they turned his behind down. I'm so tired of him trying to leech off of Michael, and I'm so glad that he didn't get it. Because he's up here just trying to defile him and debate and talk about him like a dog, and yet he's still trying to cash some old checks. Well, you so Mr. Quincy Jones, you so hip in this, why you still need Michael's name to cash in? Glad to hear he lost. Tired of this old relic turkey. He lucky that someone ain't come after him with some other movements and stuff, but that's because he's all in with Oprah Winfrey and Phil King. But he failed, and the ghost of Michael Jackson lit a fire on his behind. Can't get no more Michael's money. Get what you supposed to entitled to, but you can't get no more. And I'm glad that the judges sided with it, because I'm tired of Quincy Jones leeching behind, trying to dog the man, and still trying to get another bag. He said, you got yours. Bounce back. Bounce, drop, fall back, Quincy. All right, that's my thoughts and takes about Quincy Jones. Glad to hear he lost his appeal against Michael Jackson in court. If you like the video, like it, show your likes. Welcome the likes. Share your comments. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Hit the like, subscribe, and the bell rings a new video. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for one another. And I'm going to tell you something. A lot of people talk trash about Michael Jackson. And where are they now? Same people trying to talk trash are still trying to get a bag in his name. Yeah, that man left a legacy. That man did the thing. Just remember that. I'm out. Peace.